Hello and a very good morning to all of you, and you are watching Good Morning Sri Lanka, tuned into MTV Sports with me, Wasam Ismail, on a beautiful Friday morning. Now Friday, being the last day of the week, is usually a very happy day compared to the rest of the days, and this is how we think, but especially for our Muslim brothers and sisters, our friends and family, it is a happier day for them because it is a festival. And I would just like to wish Eid Mubarak from all of us at MTV Sports. And of course, as usual, we have an interesting topic lined up, and one thing I love about Good Morning Sri Lanka is I learn every day. Especially I come across a lot of topics I have no idea about, and this morning it's one of those days where I don't know about the topic too much. But what's good about that thing is I'll be learning and you'll be learning with me. Now, in the words of Bob Marley, one good thing about music is that when it hits you, you feel no pain. And this morning in Good Morning Sri Lanka, we are going to see if that quote really does make sense. So we've got a few experts in the studio, and we'll be talking to you about music therapy and dance movement therapy and how it can enhance our lives. If you're a patient, if you're an individual, how it can basically generally enhance your day-to-day life. So we've got a few interesting guests, as I said, and if I'm to introduce you to them, our first guest this morning is Dr. Priyeshni Piris Pereira, who has a doctorate in music, and she is a lecturer in music therapy for the University of Visual and Performing Arts. Good morning.
Good morning.
And thank you for being with us on the show. And our next guest is Miss Venuripur Pereira, and she'll be talking to us mainly about dance movement therapy. She's a choreographer, she's a performer, and she is a dance teacher, and she also has a master's in psychology. So good morning to you.
Good morning, Wasam.
And our last guest is for this morning, that is Dr. Samitha Siritunga, and of course his doctorate is in medicine, and he's a consultant epidemiologist, if I'm to say, and he is from the National Institute of Health Sciences, and he has a Visharda in music, and of course the doctor will be talking to us about music therapy. So good morning, and thank you for being with us on the show. If I'm to ask you now, like I said, this is a topic I have practically not much of a clue about, and I'm sure our viewers are wondering what music therapy and what dance therapy is all about. So if I'm to ask you first, Dr. Samitha, what is music therapy really?
Yes. Before going to music therapy, we need to define what is therapy, because therefore before coming to therapy, we need to know about what is health. So usually health is, according to WHO definition, it's a balance of equilibrium of few elements, that's physical, mental, psychological and spiritual well-being, that's the equilibrium. In the sense that if there is a disturbance for those four elements, we would say that it's an illness. Like treatment, it's a remedy, is there to make that equilibrium, to balance that equilibrium, and therefore music also can do the same. Therefore music also can do the same, music is known as a music, it's a therapy, therefore music therapy. Yes.
I see. So as I was speaking to you just before the interview, you are more into Oriental style music, am I correct?
Yes, of course.
And of course Dr. Priyeshni here she specializes more on Western music, and she lectures the topic as well. So anything to add to what he said about what music therapy is really about?
No, I think I completely agree with him. Music is therapeutic, right? What that means is you can use that to prevent or make a cure for an illness, physically, a physical problem, emotional problem, a behavioral problem. Those are the main categories.
I see.
So music is used in all these categories.
I see. And Venuri, what is dance movement therapy?
I guess if you could just interpose the word dance to what they said, it's pretty much that using the body and movement in order to further cognitive and emotional and social and behavioral integration of an individual. And this can be used really with people with perceptual disorders or mental disorders or physical disorders, but also importantly, like music is therapeutic, movement and dance is therapeutic. A lot of people say, oh, when I dance I feel good. Dance can be used, movement therapy can be used with individuals just to build self-confidence, communication skills, body image issues, trust. So it can be used with essentially anybody. You don't have to be diagnosed with an illness to use movement as a therapy.
I see. So now we are going to discuss about dance therapy and music therapy. Now, one thing I want to ask you before we go any further is, I know sometimes dance and music is something that correlates. You need music to dance, and sometimes when you hear good music you feel like dancing. How does it correlate in this instance? How can you use both of it for therapy? Can anybody take that question?
I think mainly in the West, in the US or UK, I think I have seen with children a lot. Children with disabilities such as autism or just having muscle spasms or any type of behavioral or cognitive problems, they use music and movement because mainly to get their bodies to act, because music is a form where nobody can wait just doing nothing. It somehow connects with the brain and the children react to it, and they just put out their emotions or their physical movements in the most rough form, and from there you can build whatever they need. Like if it's a walking problem, they will be given some rhythm tasks to do. So let's say it's a very rhythmic pattern of just beats, and they will be given maybe just a little percussion drum or a tambourine or a triangle, and they will just slowly with sessions they will improve their muscular activity or their motor skills. So I think it doesn't have to be dance, but it can be anything related to movement.
Yes, of course.
Anything to add to that?
I just want to say one thing, that you said that you need music to dance, and I just want to say no, you don't.
Okay. True enough.
Because I think especially in movement therapy, sometimes we can be conditioned to move in a certain way when we hear a certain type of music, but it's important that one of the premises of dance movement therapy is that movement is a reflection of your personality, and also it works on the principle that body and mind are interconnected. So in order to bring out elements of your personality, it is also important to be able to move without music, and this is not something that we do easily, but after the sessions and the therapist working with the person and building the trust and all that, then you are able to build your own movement vocabulary, and of course music is important. It comes in at certain points, but it doesn't always have to go hand in hand.
I see. But is it wrong if I say, though you don't actually listen to music while dancing, you'll still hear it in your head?
It's possible. Some people could always hear it in your head, but it's not necessary.
Okay. Well, very interesting point coming from Minri there. Definitely. But before we do talk about this much further, we need to go in for a short commercial break. But when we do come back, there's lots and lots we need to discuss about this topic. So don't go away. We'll be right back after this short break.